Hi everybody, I'm Dr. Pankyu. I'll be your instructor in this course. I'd like to show you now the lab component of the course. All of your labs will be completed at home, so you're going to spend a lot of time in your kitchen and also on your computer. Let's go now to the Lab tab in Blackboard. Clicking on the Lab tab will take you to the lab syllabus. The lab syllabus can be opened here. I'll open it quickly for you. You'll get a command box most likely. And you may get a credential tile. The credential tile can be ignored. You don't have to enter in your password every time you see it. My computer's slow. It's old and slow like me. Okay, so it says it's looking for credential tiles. You don't have to type in your username and password here. You can just click cancel. This is my first time teaching this online internet biology class, so this should be interesting for both of us. Okay. So you'll see here there's some information. This is very important information for you to take a look at. First and foremost, you are going to need your lab kit. If you haven't purchased this, you must do so immediately because we hit the ground running in this class. You can purchase the redemption code from the BC3 bookstore. You can also purchase your textbook there if you'd like to. I'll talk a little bit about the textbook in the other broadcast on the lecture portion of this course. Okay, all the due dates are right here. This is another very important document. There's a copy of this also in the course information area. Here's some important safety information. You want to open this and read it. You are going to be doing all your labs at home, and the labs do come, some of them have small beads, others have chemicals that you don't want to get on your countertop. So be sure that you look at the MSDS, the material safety data sheet that's available for every lab, and also wear your protective equipment, your protective glasses, your gloves, put down a protective mat, etc. I've also put some useful tutorials here. These tutorials are going to be on Respondus Lockdown Browser and Respondus Monitor. You will need both of them for the lab component. You're going to download Respondus Monitor from the Course Technologies area. It also has some information in this folder on inserting images into a discussion board posting, creating graphs in Words if you've never done this before, adding photos to your worksheets or your lab reports, using Google Slides, and also using the program that I'm using right now, which is called Screencast-O-Matic. A little further down the page, you can see we have the lab quizzes. There's a lab quiz every single week. Your first one is due on September the 3rd. So when you open this folder, you'll find each lab quiz. The lab quiz is there until the due date, and then it will be gone. You can work ahead in this class, at least somewhat. There will be some discussion boards where you'll have to share information with your lab partners, your virtual lab partners in this class. But you can work ahead if you know you're going on vacation or something. You can go ahead and try to get some other things done earlier. Going back to the lab folder. Each lab has its own folder, tells you when it's due. So the first one is going to be completely finished by September the 3rd. Week 1, there's an introduction to science. You don't need your lab kit to do this. There's a discussion board assignment. I'm not going to click on this because it takes me to a different place than it will take you. But when you get to the discussion board, you'll see that you can create a new thread, and then you're going to tell us a little bit about yourself. You're going to post an image of you, and you are going to give some information according to the instructions on the discussion board, whether you're a night owl, how you like to study, and I'd like to put all of you as lab groups. Okay, I'd like you to complete that, please, by August 31st. Next is your eScience Lab website. If you already have your code, you may go there right now. If not, you can actually click on this and it will take you to the same information, but it is not on the website. So as soon as you have your code, you want to click on this link that I give you each time. Before I go to that link, I do want to show you a few other things on here. First, you'll see the Lab 1 worksheet. The Lab 1 worksheet's a little confusing when you see this. This is actually an active link to submit the worksheet. So the first thing you want to do is actually open up the worksheet. So you're going to click it. We're going to go through the same situation that we will before. We're going to open the file. It's going to ask for my credentialing tiles. I'll cancel that. And here you can now see this document. In this document, you'll see that there are some questions. You're going to type directly on here. So you type directly on here, and it is very nice if you would highlight your answers for me. That way I'll be able to see them more quickly. I have quite a few of these to grade every week, so the less time that it takes me to find your answer, the better off we're going to be. Let's see if I can wake this document up. Like any other document, you want to save this to your computer. The way to highlight this is highlight the text. Right. There we go. I've highlighted the text, and then I'm going to go up and use my highlighter feature and highlight it in yellow. That way I'll know that's your answer. You're going to save the document onto your computer, and then you will submit it. Okay. So here's how you're going to submit it. Once you've finished it, you'll click on this icon. That's going to open up the assignment link. And you'll browse your computer to find it. Once you browse your computer and find the file, you can upload that and then click on Submit. So now it's looking in my computer for all my stuff. And we'll take it back. All right. Now let's take a look at the eScience Lab website. I've embedded the links here, so it will take you directly to eScience when you click on the link, and you'll want to go to Student. Scroll down a bit. Once you've logged in, scroll up and show you where you'll log in. So you'll have a login tab. If you have a code, you purchased your code, you can click on this button and you can enter into the code, and it will let you into the website. Once you're in there, what you are going to see on the bottom of the page is the second edition of Introductory Biology version 1. This is the lab manual that we'll be using. Get to click on it again. And here you see all of the labs that we'll be doing. The first lab is Introduction to Science. When you click on this, your learning tools will open. And very often, I've found with eScience, their pages open to the very bottom of the page instead of the top of the page. So I'm going to scroll up, close your eyes. Scrolling up to the top of the page, it has a set of learning objectives. Then there typically will be some type of an introduction. The introduction is going to be often a video that you can watch. I would recommend watching these. There's a lot of reading to be done here. It's sort of like a printed lab manual. You'll read about the scientific method. There's a welcome video from eScience Labs. Talks about the scientific method, beginning with observation, developing a hypothesis, testing a hypothesis, a bit about accuracy and precision, explanations of independent and dependent variables, controls. You get the picture. So here's another video you can watch on how to measure volume using a graduated cylinder. There's a learning object on unit conversions. Significant digits. This one's going to be important. You'll need to know answer some of this on the worksheet. By the way, I would recommend opening the worksheet and having it in the background so you can toggle back and forth to answer questions on your worksheet. And I'll keep going down here. A lot of information. Information on graphing. Percent error, you'll have to know how to do that. Writing a lab report. You'll be writing one lab report, this semester. We'll go over this again when it's time for you to write your lab report. And then there is a lab drill that you can do that's going to review all of this information. Nothing has to be submitted through this website, but I do want to show you a couple of things here. First, it says click here to download exercise 1, to download exercise 2. None of these things have to be downloaded in this laboratory. I'll point out in the next one where you should open pages. But when you open these, I'll click it quickly so you see what it does. It opens up what looks like the worksheet. There are 7 worksheets in here. It would be silly for me to ask you to submit 7 different worksheets. So I've consolidated the important information from these worksheets, and you'll submit just one. So here we go. So that's what the worksheet looks like. You don't want to do 7 of these, and I've gotten rid of all of these headers and these data suckers. Okay. Now the second lab that you're going to do, go back to Blackboard. Okay. I also have some helpful videos in here. The videos are direct links to YouTube. Computer's a bit slow today. I really like videos from Paul Anderson. He's from Bozeman, Montana. He's a high school teacher, and he does some really great videos on biology and also on anatomy and physiology. You'll find that I have quite a few of his videos on here. Here's one on significant figures. This one comes from Khan Academy, which is a gentleman who has also a lot of very helpful videos. Unit conversion in the metric system, information on the metric system, accuracy versus precision. So if you have trouble with any of the concepts in these first labs, please make sure to take a look at these videos. They're not required, but they're here for your help. Okay, so now we've seen week 1. You'll look at your trusty due date sheet and you'll know when everything is due. Let's take a look at the second week's lab. Week 2 is on general lab safety. You will have to have your lab kit for this one, and you're going to be opening it up and you're going to look at the different components in there. You'll see the beakers and you'll see the graduated cylinders, and you're going to complete a worksheet for this as well. You'll also be doing a neutralization activity, looking at acids and bases. Okay? So you see things here are pretty much the same. There's a link to the eScience Lab website. There's the worksheet, but you see something new here. Let me go first to the eScience Lab website. And there's general lab safety. Once again, it opens up down at the bottom of the page. I don't know why they don't fix this. Okay, you'll start at the top. Again, you get the idea here, so they're going to show you what's in your kit, your safety equipment, laboratory safety rules, a little bit about acids and bases, how to handle chemicals, how to respond to accidents. There's a drill. Now, this is what I want to show you here. Okay. Click here to download the pre-lab assessment. You do not have to do this. Click here to download exercise 1, What is it? Click here to view experiment 1. That's what we want. We want experiment 1, the procedure. We don't want any of these post-lab assessments. So when you click on this and a Word document comes up, you don't need that. When you click on it and another page comes up that shows you the experiment, that's what you want. All of the other documents I've consolidated into a worksheet for you. All right, so here's the lab you're going to be performing. It tells you the materials, so you're going to get those materials out of your lab kit. It's a very clear explanation of what you're going to do. If you can have a tablet or a netbook in front of you when you're working on this, that would be great. Otherwise, you can you can print these to follow them. Okay. Now there will be data sheets here, and you're going to fill this in, but then you'll also put this information in your worksheet. So this can be a working document for you. Okay? So if it opens up in Word, you don't need it. If it opens up as a web page, that's what you want to see. Scroll back up here. And I'll take it back. Okay, now here's something new. This is report results. Most weeks you're going to report your results through a webcam. You'll need a camera, like I have here, and a microphone, and you'll actually be showing your results. There'll be a few questions for you to answer. Type in the answers, and then you'll be speaking clearly and directly into the camera, showing your results so I can see what you have done. Hopefully this will all work out. We're going to do this with Respondus Lockdown Browser, something called Respondus Monitor, and again, you want to download that here from Course Technologies in Blackboard. Okay. So I can't click on this because it's not going to take me to the same place that it'll take you. Anytime you see report results, read the instructions. You'll have to have your identification. You'll hold that up so the ID shows me that it's you showing the results. Your 3 litmus test strips with the results, beaker B after the addition of acetic acid, and your data tables used to help you explain your results. It should only take a couple of minutes for you to show me what you've done. You'll finish your lab worksheet, and then you'll click here to submit. Okay, so again, some helpful tutorials. So one last word on the labs. After you've completed the lab, you'll go back and you'll do your lab quiz. The lab quiz does require Respondus Monitor and the webcam to show me that it's you taking the quiz. And you can see on this page that there is a lab every single week that we're together. As we get down to the very end, I'm going to be taking you to a website called Learn Smart Labs. We're going to complete 2 labs there with a free 2-week trial at the end of the semester. So I'm wishing you a lot of success this semester. This is my first time teaching this as an all-internet class. I've been teaching it as a hybrid for at least 10 years. I've been teaching biology for 25 years. So this is a new experience for me and for you, I'm sure. Any questions you have, please send me an email. I look at my email several times a day. It should be no more than 24 hours to get a response. Best way to contact me is email, not telephone. I do have a telephone number, my BC3 telephone number on the Blackboard website, but email really is the best way to contact me. Good luck, and we'll see you in lab.